1970 Ford Mustang. And this thing is as American as watered down beer, apple pie, and Kid Rock's HPV. Our genitals were burning all summer long. I'm just kidding, you guys. I obviously do not know if Kid Rock has genital warts. That would be pretty crazy if I did. God bless America. And this isn't any run-of-the-mill Mustang. You might have noticed the Boss decals on it. And no, it's not a Boss 429. This one's a 302, and that's still super cool. Because with the Boss 302, you were getting a 4-speed only, 4-bolt mains, forged crank, solid lifters, and Ford even said, yeah, you can rev this thing pretty safely to 7,000 RPM. Not to mention it had a competition suspension, front disc brakes, reinforced shock towers, and of course, a front spoiler and rear deck wing. And if looking at a giant deck doesn't get you excited, then I don't know what will. Your wife likes it. But let's get back to that engine. As I mentioned, 302 cubes, compression ratio 10.5 to 1. Ford rated this thing at 290 horsepower, but I'm sure it's a little bit different. I mean, depends who you talk to. You talk to a Ford guy, it's probably making 7, 8, maybe 900 horsepower. You talk to a Chevy guy, and it's probably making like 7, 8, or 9 horsepower, give or take. It burned when we peed all summer long. And then 290 pound-feet of torque. It's not too bad, but keep in mind, these things aren't as light as the first-gen Mustangs. I mean, this thing with the driver was 3,476 pounds. As I mentioned, you could only get a 4-speed manual. Yeah, so if you can't handle a third pedal in 1970, then I guess you just gotta get a Z28. Look at that, what? Automatic, what loser. 350 gears would have been standard, but I couldn't imagine driving one of these with that set. I mean, it'd probably be kind of a dog. This car, though, oh, it's got
486 gears.
Oh, you think that's a little too much? Come on, next you're gonna say that 12 inches is too much. I don't think so. Ooh, you nasty chili dog. This week's fan-featured car comes from Ben McPherson. He states he's 17 and this is actually his daily driver. Lucky guy. He states it's a 1978 Camaro with 33,000 original miles and it's still got its factory 305 and air conditioning. You know what, Ben? My first car just happened to have a 305 in it as well. 84 Caprice, baby. This thing was black and I repainted it Swamp Holly orange in my dad's barn. And I think we all know that nothing screams high performance like Super Sport badges on an 84 Caprice with 150 horsepower. Anyway, Ben, just because mine's bigger doesn't make you any less of a car guy. And if you're a fan of the channel and you want your car featured in a future video, just make sure you email it to me at carsandzebras.com. Back to the Mustang. Ford made 7,013 Boss 302s in 1970, which is more than I would have thought. And Hot Rod grabbed one of those to see what it could do on the drag strip. Theirs had a 430 Detroit locker, and they threw on a set of headers and cheater slicks. Shifting at 7,000 RPM, it ran 1390 at 103 miles per hour. Is this car gonna run that quick? No. Not even close. But you know what? Who cares? When you look this good, you don't have to perform all that great. Just like my ex-girlfriend. 1971 Dodge Challenger RT. And by 1971, things in the muscle car world were starting to get a little bit choked out. Kind of like me with my ex-girlfriend.
Thank you, Mommy.
But Dodge was still trying to bring some heat. And in the RT Challenger, you had 3 engines. 383, 446 pack, and of course the 426 Hemi. That was the last year for that engine. This one's got the 383, and it's a great engine, but keep in mind, in 1971, the compression ratio was only 8.7 to 1. And so this car is putting out 300 horsepower. Now that is gross ratings. When you look at the net ratings, which is the testing with all the accessories attached, it was 250 horsepower. So the gross ratings are kind of like what you might text your girlfriend ahead of time. Kind of like, ooh girl, you better limber up because you're about to experience hours of unimaginable pleasure. And then the net ratings are kind of like the truth where, 30 seconds in, she's just sitting there with a disappointed look, and then I've already eaten a sandwich and am now weeping softly. Torque was rated 409 pound-feet gross and 324 net. Inside you'll find a 3-speed automatic transmission, so this thing would be a pretty fun driver, and out back is 391 gears. These cars are moderately chunky. With the driver in it, it weighed in at 3,750 pounds. In 1971, the Dodge Challenger RT wasn't a great seller. There were only 2,509 with the 383, and of that, 1,985 had an automatic transmission. But I wonder what it looks like going down the drag strip.
Gears, backed by an automatic. You like these cases? Yeah, the 71s are neat. I would say I like them. I don't think that's and the boss goes through at 1520.
Since the Challenger got a red light, the Boss gets the automatic win, running 1528 at 86 miles per hour. Let's see what happens in round 2.
Here is a Boss 302 from 1970. I don't know what this color is called. Dark gold, maybe? Daniel Reeves has his 1971 Challenger RT. Boss 302, 1511, 94 hours.
And in the second round, it's the Mustang that takes home the win, running 15.11 seconds at 94 miles per hour. Unfortunately, these cars did not run a third round, but you know what? I'd like to think we're all winners here for being allowed the opportunity to see these cars on the drag strip. At least I'm a winner. Most of you are losers, though. Make sure you leave a comment which car do you like more, and of course subscribe to the channel. I will catch you guys at the next one.